Our base case is Evergrande will still be able to went into the restructuring, so there will be a default. So I think this is still the case, and there will be also some kind of spillover to the property and banking sectors in China. But that's manageable, and we don't think that's a Lehman moment. But basically, that's our base case assumption.
All right. So if we see spillover into the other property names, into the banks, is it inevitable then that the Chinese government will offer some kind of support or step in somehow?
Yes. I think that's probably upon the restructuring rather than beforehand. The reason, there are several reasons about that. So first of all, if we put in the context of the numbers, Evergrande is about 5% of the market share in terms of their contract sales. And if we combine all the developers' loans together in China, that's about 7% of the Chinese banks' loan book. So that scale is still manageable, and it's not a strategically important decision for us for the government to bail this company out. And secondly, in the last 2 years, actually we have already seen several cases of China handling the bankruptcy situations. For instance, for HNA. For instance, the bankruptcy of Baoshan banks, which are of similar magnitude, but arguably even more complex in terms of the structures. And lastly, I think that the government will step in to sort of draw a line upon Evergrande's restructuring, is simply not because of the scale, but because of the social implications. We're talking about still have 600,000 homes not delivered, not completed and delivered to home buyers. So obviously there's a lot of significance for social perspective. That's why we think that the government will step in to do some cleanings and helping targeted easing, but that's after the restructuring plan being finalized, and to avoid the moral hazard.